Top 25 Capsules. RALEIGH, ONC app. Omer Yurtseven had 16 points while Torin Dorn hit two huge three-pointers in the final 2 minutes to help North Carolina State upset number 2 Duke 96-85 on Saturday night. It was the second win against a number 2 ranked team this season for NC State, 11-5, won to Atlantic Coast Conference, which upset Arizona in November. The Wolfpack shot 55% after halftime, though the two biggest shots came from Dorn. He first hit a three from the corner over an oncoming Marvin Bagley III with 2:02 left and NC State protecting the 4-point lead. Then Dorn hit one to beat the shot clock on an inbounds pass while being fouled by Javin DeLaurier, a 4-point play that pushed the Wolfpack to a 91-80 lead with 1:06 left. Bagley finished with 31 points and 10 rebounds for the Blue Devils, 13-2, 1-2. Number 3 Villanova 100, Marquette 90 Philadelphia, app. Jalen Brunson had 27 points and 8 assists and Villanova bounced back from its first loss of the season. Eric Paschal added 19 points and Mikal Bridges had 18 points and 7 rebounds for the Wildcats, 14-1, 2-1 Big East, who never trailed and shot 56% from the field to give Coach Jay Wright his 400th win at Villanova. With a weak 2-over 101-93 loss at Butler, the Wildcats were efficient, hitting 27 of 32 free throws and getting assists on 20 of 32 baskets. Marcus Howard had 37 points and 8 assists for Marquette, 11-5, 2-2, 3 nights after scoring a Big East record-tying 52 points in an overtime win at Providence. Providence 81, number 5 Xavier 72 Providence, RI app. Kyron Cartwright had 19 points, 9 assists and 4 steals to help Providence snapping Xavier's 10-game winning streak and ending the best start in school history. Rodney Bullock scored 17 points, with 6 rebounds and 2 blocked shots, as Providence, 11-6, 2-2 Big East, beat a ranked team for the first time this season. It was the Friars' 11th win over a top 5 team, and their first since beating number 4 Villanova 2 years ago. Karam Cantor had 24 points and 12 rebounds, 8 on the offensive boards, in 20 minutes for Xavier, 15-2, 3-1. Number 6 West Virginia 89, number 7 Oklahoma 76 Morgantown, W.Van. app. Debbie Allen scored 20 points off the bench and Sagaba Khanate had 14 of his 16 points in the second half for West Virginia. Lamont West and Jovan Carter added 17 points apiece for the Mountaineers, 14-1, 3-0 Big 12. Khanate also had 13 rebounds. Oklahoma freshman Trae Young, the nation's scoring and assists leader, finished with 29 points on 8 of 22 shooting. Carter and his teammates spent much of the game double-teaming Young, whose streak of double-doubles ended at 5 games. West Virginia held the nation's top-scoring team to its lowest total of the season while the Mountaineers extended their winning streak to 14 games, their longest since winning 22 straight during the 1988-89 season. Oklahoma, 12-2, 2-1, saw its 10-game winning streak snapped. Number 8 Virginia 61, number 12 North Carolina 49 Charlottesville, Van. app. Devin Hall scored 16 points and Virginia held North Carolina to its second lowest point total of the season. Hall had 7 assists for Virginia, 14-1, 3-0 Atlantic Coast Conference, and Andrew Hunter had 10 points and 7 rebounds. The Cavaliers won their 6th in a row and sent the Tar Heels to consecutive losses for the first time since February 2016. North Carolina lost 81-80 at Florida State on Wednesday night. Joel Berry II led North Carolina, 12-4, 1-2, with 17 points and Kenny Williams had 11. LSU 69, number 11 Texas A&M 68 College Station, Texas, app. Tremont Waters scored 21 points, including an off-balance three-pointer with 1 second remaining, to lift LSU. The game was tied before the Aggies used an 8-3 run, capped by 4 points from Tyler Davis, to take a 68-63 lead. But Waters, who finished with 5 threes, made a three-pointer for LSU to get the Tigers 10-4, 1-1 Southeastern Conference, within 3 with 12 seconds left. Davis missed 2 free throws on the other end before Waters launched his winner under heavy defensive pressure to give the Tigers the win. Leading scorer DJ Hogg returned for the Aggies, 11-4, 0-3, after a suspension, but it wasn't enough to stop them from dropping their third straight after lopsided losses to Alabama and Florida. Davis led the Aggies with 19 points and 12 rebounds. Number 13 Purdue 74, Nebraska 62 West Lafayette, Indiana, App. Vincent Edwards scored 21 points and Isaac Haas added 14 to lead Purdue to its 11th consecutive win. The Boilermakers, 15-2, 4-0 Big Ten, extended their home court winning streak to 18 and won their 10th straight home game against a conference foe. James Palmer Jr. finished with 22 points and Isaac Copeland had 16 to lead the Cornhuskers, 11-6, 2-2, whose 4-game winning streak ended. Colorado 80, number 14 Arizona 77 Boulder, Colorado, App. McKinley Wright IV scored 16 points to lead 5 Colorado players in double figures as the Buffaloes ended Arizona's 9-game winning streak. It's the second straight game in which the Buffaloes, 10-6, 2-2 Pac-12, have knocked off a ranked team. They defeated number 4 Arizona State 90-81 in overtime Thursday. Colorado went up by 20 in the first half only to see the Wildcats, 12-4, 2-1, pull within 3. Dallas Walton finished with a career-high 15 points on 7 for 7 shooting as the Buffaloes overcame 13 turnovers in the second half. DeAnderton scored 21 of his 26 points in the second half for Arizona. Number 18 Texas Tech 74, Kansas State 58 Lubbock, Texas, App. Keenan Evans scored 27 points and Texas Tech backed up its big win at Kansas earlier in the week. The Red Raiders, 14-1, 3-0 Big 12, led throughout against K-State, like they have in all of their conference games. That includes that 85-73 win at Allen Fieldhouse 4 days earlier, the only time they have ever won there. By shooting 70% in the first half, the Red Raiders jumped out to a 24 lead and settled for a 40-22 advantage at the break. Dean Wade had 8 points for K-State, 11-4, 1-2, in a 16-8 spurt to get within 48-40 with just under 12 minutes left. Barry Brown led Kansas State with 24 points. Number 21 Seton Hall 90, Butler 87 Indianapolis, App. Kadeen Carrington scored 29 points and Angel Delgado had 28 points and 15 rebounds as Seton Hall rallied from an 11-point deficit to win its 5th straight game. With 1:08 left in the game, Carrington pushed the ball up the floor and drove the lane for the go-ahead basket to make it 84-82. Seton Hall, 14-2, 3-0 Big East, sealed the win at the foul line during the final 10 seconds of the game. Kellen Martin finished with 27 points for Butler, 12-5, 2-2. Auburn 88, number 22 Arkansas 77 Auburn, Alabama, App. Mustafa Heron scored 17 points and Auburn fended off a late comeback attempt to secure its 12th consecutive win. Saturday's decision, coupled with Tuesday's win at number 23 Tennessee, marks the first time in 11 years that Auburn has won consecutive games against ranked opponents. The last time it happened was 2007, when the Tigers beat number 22 Tennessee and number 12 Alabama in a span of 6 days. Auburn, 14-1, 2-0 Southeastern Conference, hit 12 of its first 18 shots as it opened the game on a 29-18 run. Jalen Bradford scored 21 to lead the Razorbacks, 11-4, 1-2. Number 25 Clemson 74, Louisville 69 at Clemson, SC App. Marcus Reed scored 24 points and Elijah Thomas had 12 points, 10 rebounds and 5 blocks to lead Clemson. The Tigers, 14-1, 3-0 ACC, found their three-point shot when it mattered, making 5 of their final 7 shots behind the arc after starting the game 2 of 17 on threes. Clemson stayed in the game by forcing a season-worst 21 turnovers by the Cardinals, 15 on steals, and won it by hitting 9 of 12 free throws at the end of overtime. Ray Spalding led Louisville, 11-4, 1-1, with 16 points and 14 rebounds.